Yeah. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pounds. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew. So I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me. Baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. Okay. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Okay. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. Ay. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull out. Hat on and hood on. Pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket. No change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pounds. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down. Hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the New Orleans Saints. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Hey, 0-0-0. Hey, easy.
Wilson now off the bootleg. Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Well, they were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a hunt.
Here's Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Forced out to his left. Goes underneath for Bell. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3. Alert for signal. Got it. Wahoo.
On third down, Wilson flush to his right. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And where did this one go out? Now they'll start with good field position, 45-yard line.
First and 10, it's Jackson. And right away, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. The 30, 20, 10. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. I think what we just saw there with that fumble return is the increased emphasis on taking the ball away from another team. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Le'Veon Bell, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frightening. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now it's Jackson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he fires one that's in, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And I think they are going to get this one back. Boy, that would have been something. Double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT. And they put it on the ground here on the 2nd drive. And, of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they had the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this team, because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves. But maybe it's a lack of focus. Maybe it's the preparation for the game. Maybe they just came into it a little lackadaisical, because that's just not looking good at all. That's just not the football that we came here to see.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Wilson letting one go, and he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
Should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll run it with Bell. Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. 2nd down, a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Here's Wilson. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Now Bell. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now, because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jerick McKinnon. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in count.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Trey Flowers in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And they will finally get him down up at the 42-yard line. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. Boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. Nifty move. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. T.J. Watt has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down. This time Jackson will throw it. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? But everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Leonard Floyd has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Now it's Wilson.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. It's Williams on the catch. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. This one complete to Lacey. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. 14 yards is the pickup, first down New Orleans.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. A gain of 6 there on first.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. It's more coming. It's more coming.
Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Wilson will throw again. They'll roll him out right. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes as his guys continue to pour it on. So he scrambled right but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them. Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally, down at the 41-yard line. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for second down. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Browns drive about to get started.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you get...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for. Now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
Hey!
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He's going to take a and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. We'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended target. That'll bring up second down.
Here we go. Hey, tight left.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they sequence things, how it's run. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime. Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let it go deep. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Wilson. Trying to lay one up deep. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play.
Let's go, baby.
The Browns take over 1st and 10.
The Browns drive about to get started. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. First down, a run with Cohen. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. He's able to call his own number for 8 that time, but it leaves him with a third down. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Final play of the half. It's Wilson being chased out left. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They go play action here on first down. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. There's Wilson to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season, as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Badgley, up and good, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Gets fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Jackson. And he rifles one incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end. And that'll bring up 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Trey Flowers, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. And this is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. A gutsy decision there at this stage in the second half in their own territory, and a decision that they might regret.
Can't wait for the post-mortem. You know, this post-game press conference, because the question...
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, 31 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. To throw is Jackson. And this is caught by Watkins. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward.
He's checking.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. George Kittle, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefited?
And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. This fielded at the 2. The Browns drive about to get started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got him. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 44-yard line.
That's trash.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field.
Hey, we got 3. Go. Check. Off.
Jackson from the shotgun. Dancing to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
Back now here live in New Orleans. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
I'm coming.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Trey Flowers make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. There's Jackson on 3rd and long. And the pressure gets to him again.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. This is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. On 1st down, Wilson. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Le'Veon Bell with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point by Badgley, up and good, and that will extend this big lead. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep.
That's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
Now Jackson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. snags it for the pick. Able to slither by. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing.
And got his man complete. 20, 10, touchdown, New Orleans. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, 81 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on.
But this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was,
and he's taken down here by the Saints.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, look at the juke. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
And now here is another interception. Darren Lee picks it, and he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now Wilson, and they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Leonard Floyd in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. 3rd and long, it's Wilson. Steps away to his left. And some room to work. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. Buying time, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. From 6 yards away. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And
a big loss here as he's taken down. T.J. Watt, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson out to his left. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
And it's third down.
Jackson now, throwing on third and long. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
Throwing again on second down. Jackson, he gets this into the hands of Taylor. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up fourth down.
They dialed up the blitz on third down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
Jackson. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Breaking the huddle, first and goal as the return team has set him up with golden field position. Wilson wants to throw it, and this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not. Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Rolling to his left. And a loose football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And I don't know that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head. Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. Oh, Wilson going to throw. Looking for the end zone. And oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone. Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass. And it keeps 6 points off the board. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense. They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them. And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work. That's called being in the zone. So for the Saints, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9.